Hey guys, welcome to yet another DIY tutorial video where I get to show you how to make this reversible hair bonnet with ruffles. In my previous video, I showed you how to make the simple hair bonnet. This one is quite simple as well, so let's get into it. First, you pick your fabric and fold into 4. You fold your fabric into 4 places. Make sure it is well laid, smooth, because we're going to be marking on it soon. Next, you pick your tape rule and your chalk, and this time around you mark 12 inches. In the first video we marked 11 inches because we wanted a smaller cap, but in this one we're going to be making a bigger cap, and of course it has ruffles, so we need more inches. So this time around we are marking out 12 inches and we are marking it round, as you can see me do in this particular video. After marking, you join it together that way, and then you pick your scissors and cut it out. Remember, it's very similar to the previous video where we made a simple hair bonnet, but this one we are making a reversible hair bonnet and it's going to have ruffles, so stay tuned. Next, you pick your lining, and like I said in the previous video, please watch it if you haven't. Make sure your lining is a silk fabric because it's better for your hair. Now you lay your fabric, the main fabric, on the lining and you're going to trace it out. Make sure you pin it down because most of the time silk fabrics moves around, so you want it to be in place. Pin it down and then you trace it out. That's the next thing you would do. Trace out your lining with your main fabric. After doing that, you place them on each other. You place the main fabric on the lining, both faces facing each other, and then you pin it together. Make sure it is pinned together so that this cloth will be in place and won't start moving around when you start marking on it. After pinning together, you pick your tape roll and mark out ½ inch. So you're marking out ½ inch round. Mark out your ½ inch round. Then the next thing you would do after marking the ½ inch, you leave 2 inches space. You leave that opening 2 inches because you will need it later. Now you sew the ½ inch round. You sew it round neatly, leaving the 2 inches opening alone. You don't sew that part, so just keep sewing round. Sew the ½ inch round. Now leave that 2 inches opening, just leave it alone because you will use this opening to turn the fabric inside out. Now I have turned the fabric inside out using that same opening. The next thing I will do is to mark out 1½ inches. I'm marking it 2 times. Just watch as I'm doing it. So I'll first mark out 1½, then I'll mark out another 1½ right on top of the last one I marked out. So we are having 1½ inches marked out in 2 places above each other. Okay, you just watch and you will get it perfectly well. That's the first 1½. You mark it round, and then you mark the second 1½ round that way. Remember, we are making hair bonnets with ruffles, so it is simple but different from the other method that we did in the previous video. So now you have marked your 1½ inches twice. You've marked it round. You go back to your sewing machine. You sew the first 1½ inches that you marked. You sew it round. You just keep going with ease. Don't rush too much, especially if you're just learning this. Okay, just take your time. So you just keep sewing that way, and then you make sure that you leave another 2-inch space. Okay, you leave another 2-inch space just as you left the first time. You don't close it up yet. You don't close up that's the stitch you just made. You don't close it up, and then you go back to the other line that you marked. Can you see that I left that place open? Okay, so you go back to the other mark that you made earlier, and then you sew this one round. This time around you're going to close up this particular one. So you keep sewing it neatly, slow and steady. Yeah, you just keep going that way. Don't forget you marked 2 lines. We've done the first one. This is the second one we are sewing. And remember that it's the air bonnet with ruffles. Okay, so this particular one we are closing it up. We are not leaving any space this time around, so we are closing this one up. Now watch what I would do. I'll pick my elastic band and my safety pin, and then I'll pass the elastic band through the first line I made. Just watch closely. I did not pass it through the first opening, I passed it through the second opening, and you will see the effect of that. You will see the result it's going to give us. So just keep passing your elastic band, and you're going to measure out 22 inches for the elastic band. I did not mention that. That's for the standard head measurement. Okay, the average head measurement, 22 inches is fine, except you want it bigger and wider, then you can use a bigger size. But for this particular video, 22 inches elastic band is all that we need. So you pass in your elastic band just as I am doing right now, and can you see it's going to come out through that particular opening that we left earlier. Now that is out, we're going to close up our elastic band and close up every opening that we left earlier on the cap, I mean on the fabric. So you close up the first opening, you close up the second opening neatly. So now that we have done that, we've closed up every opening. Our elastic band is very secure inside the air bonnet. Now we adjust it, we straighten it out, and yes, your air bonnet is ready. It's reversible. You can use it either ways, either through the front or inside out. You can use it either ways. Okay, it's reversible and it's got ruffles. So if you have any questions, please leave in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Check out that cap now. Isn't it looking good? Yes, that's what you get when you try it out.